of the way they played, but also the way they carried themselves the entire game, after the game, in this room right now. They make me extremely proud to be their coach. Uh, I had one of the girls look me in the eyes after the game, and it wasn't in a a rash statement or high emotion. She looked me in the eyes and very calmly said, "This was the best year of my life," and that it was transformational for her, and that is exactly why we do this. Um, like I said, I'm proud to be their coach, and the way they played today was beautiful hockey. It's not the outcome we want for Tar Heel Nation. It's not the outcome these guys want. But if we detach from that outcome, I'm extremely proud of today and um, just who they are as people.
Question for the student, please. Yeah, that's right. I know y'all have faced you faced Northwestern in 2022 and 2023 as well. If I could just ask about, emotions coming out and going into this game, knowing that kind of history there. What was kind of going into this game and coming out of it as well? What was kind of the impact of that?
I think that we were going to the game thinking just about us, what we were going to do. We had a standard and what we wanted, we had a game plan, and we just wanted to work as hard as we could, and we all had trust in each other. We all wanted the best for each other. We wanted to work for each other, and I think it was a great battle. We know Northwestern, we played them before, like you said, and they're obviously a very similar team than they were before, and we were ready, and it just wasn't what we wanted at the end, but I think we still fought as hard as we could and did the best we could.
That really answered that question.
Yeah, I agree. I think these are games against Northwestern, always good games, always hard-fought battles. We know what we can expect. We know we have to fight for it, and I do believe, like Erin said, we left everything we had on the field, and it wasn't the outcome we wanted, but we had a good mentality going into the game, and I think it showed on the field as well. But yeah, you have that rivalry because you play them in these kind of situations, so you have the extra fire.
Sietske, can you describe to me what happened on the last goal and how you saw it play out, the game-winning goal?
Yeah, to be honest, it's kind of a blur a little bit what happened. We know they have fast players. They use their speed. And then it's just in the moment decision making, and if I could do it again I wouldn't do the same thing, but yeah, it's you just kind of play intuitively, and yeah, that's kind of it.
You go off your foot?
I think so, yeah. I think I tried to just get a touch on it, I knew there were people behind me. I tried to just get out of the circle. I knew she was going to play that ball. And unfortunately, the touch was into my own foot, I'm pretty sure, and it just went into the goal, unfortunately.
I think it was Maddie Zimmer's one of the fastest players we've ever played against. Her in space, overtime is her game. And she turned the Jets on, and it was a numbers down situation for both Sietske and our keeper, and I think they both made the right decision. I don't think any decision, unless the ball is cleared out of the circle, is necessarily a wrong one. So one of those situations you don't want your players to be in, and when they're in there you have full trust, and you don't look back.
First of all, I just want to say congrats on a really great season. And I guess for both of you guys, and again, really hard to kind of be asked this just right now, but as seniors, just if you could speak to just what your experience here at UNC has been like and playing for Coach Matson, what that's meant to you guys.
Just thinking back the past 4 years, I've definitely grown into a leader. Never thought I'd be a captain for UNC, and here I am this whole year. I just learned what it takes, and I couldn't have done that without Erin and all the coaching staff and the players around me. Carolina program is just such a amazing place to be at and to learn and just to grow as a person and player on and off the field, and I'm just so happy that I could say that I am part of that family. And it's just not obviously where we wanted to end up, but we like pressure. Like Carolina gives you the opportunity to play with pressure, and that's one of the best feelings you can have as an athlete. And I'm so grateful that I had that chance, and just how I am today is just I would never be like this unless I went to Carolina. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like going to UNC, playing for UNC field hockey. It gives you the opportunity to grow as a person, and it's not just about field hockey. And we love field hockey, and we love that we get to play under pressure, and we get to play in these kind of games. And but besides the field hockey part, it shapes you as a person, and Erin makes that happen, and she is a great person to look up to, and she teaches you so many things that are not just related to field hockey and that you can have for the rest of your lives. And the wins are the wins, and we love to win, but even without the wins, you still have so many things that you get taught during these seasons and that you get to bring with you for the rest of your life.
One more question. Last two. Erin, you're now in your third season as head coach. What are some of the things that you're continuing to learn as you gain more experience doing this job?
Yeah, I think it's been a personal journey for myself. I think it's been a professional journey. I think the beauty is that it's been both of those separately and also conjoined. I learned something new from these guys every day. The field hockey side of it, you guys know, we'll look at the X's and O's. We look at international hockey. We'll implement things we see. The field hockey side is the easy part. My job is to be a motivator, to be somebody who shows these guys that confidence is power and kindness is strength. So I genuinely learn tons from them just on how to be a better person myself, how to be a better coach and a leader. Obviously, logistically, our job is fun because every season is different. Every weekend is different. Every game is different. It keeps you on your feet. It's solving puzzles, and you have to evolve with it. So there's the obvious lessons that the season teaches you, but I think the most meaningful ones are the ones that I learned from these guys and the amazing staff I have, or our parents, the coaches, family that Carolina provides. I'm lucky to be surrounded by great people, and I'm constantly learning.
Yeah, every team in a semifinal game since 2011 with a 2-goal lead has won. What do you guys think that Northwestern did well today for that not to be the outcome?
I think we knew Northwestern, we could never get comfortable. You hear it during every single game when we go up. If it's 1-0 up, if it's 6-0 up, we say 0-0. That's our mentality. If you have the 0-0 mentality, obviously you're protecting your cage, and it takes care of the defensive side of it. And at the same time, it keeps you hungry, keeps you wanting to score and create attacking opportunities. So I think our girls, I could see the look in their eyes. They were never complacent. They were never comfortable. They never got ahead of themselves. They were present the entire game. And that was one of the big messages that we tried to harp today going into the game and then throughout the game. So we're proud they executed that. And then, yeah, props to Northwestern. I think on a similar front, they never gave up. I think, they stayed hungry. They finished the opportunities they needed to. Their corners are threatening. We knew that going in. So I think they just executed. But like I said in the opening statement, I think it was a very exciting and even matchup from the attitude side of things, where our girls stayed pretty level-headed and Northwestern kept the fight.
Just another one for both of you guys. The players, you guys talk so much, and Coach Matson was just talking about the lessons and things that you guys will, take from this as you look over just the past 4 years at UNC. Maybe what's the best memory or biggest lesson that you feel like you guys will take away?
I think for me it's leadership. I've grown a lot in leadership, and I've made steps and I've been taught things that are going to be valuable for the rest of my life. And I think for me, the biggest lesson is how to just work with people, like your teammates. Get the most out of your teammates and be honest and create that bond. And knowing how to talk to people, how to get the most out of them. And it's something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
I definitely learned too many things, but if I could pick one, I would say just, controlling my emotions, and just how to be a mature, professional or collegiate player, what to do outside the field, how to carry myself, how to show the younger and the youth what to do and what not to do, and just how to push them and encourage them to be better and just to bring them along with me. And I think that created me into becoming a leader, and definitely just I can carry that forever. So.
Anything else, Mr. Matthews?
I really quick before that question gets wrapped up, I would just like to emphasize to everybody the fact that the two lessons these guys are taking away are about other people, and that's why they were the captains of this team, because both of them said that they will take away skills to make others better, and that's how we run this program.
For you two, what were the emotions going up against a former teammate who helped you win a national championship today? Who helped you win a national championship before she transferred to Northwestern, and you're playing against her today?
Honestly, I don't think we pay much attention to that. We see Northwestern as a team, and we would treat her as any other player on their team. And obviously, we watch film, we watch scout, but I don't think a lot of thought really goes into that specifically.
Yeah, I think we just had a game plan and we knew their strengths and weaknesses. And we went into the game thinking, how are we going to succeed and be better each quarter? No thought on just other situations with it.
We have time for 2 questions for Coach. One there.
Erin, Northwestern had, I think, 10 penalty corners that kind of seemed to help them get back in the game. Can you talk about the impact that had on the outcome of it?
We knew defense was going to be huge in this game, and I think we played the best defensive effort that we had all season from everybody. I think we've had games where one person stepped up or another's put the team on their back and the defensive unit on their back, but these guys, I think every single one of them came up with big-time tackles, big-time interceptions, or just were tightly marking and doing things, that don't necessarily are noticed by everybody. So I think as a unit, I'm really proud with it, but Northwestern still created opportunities, and like we said, I think the penalty corners are a strength of their team, and they were able to put some away, but we gave up 10 too many in an ideal world, but it's a game of inches, and I think they created enough to get penalty corners and execute on them, but I would stay focused on just how strong we played defensively. I think that takes a lot for me to say after some just a lot of growth throughout the season. So I'll choose to focus on that.
And just after that, the game winner, kind of just what were the emotions in that sort of moment that kind of radiated from that moment?
Yeah, I think they're still here. They're still fresh. I think you're seeing them. Proud of the game that we played. I'm proud of how they stuck together. It's, I think one of the biggest joys of coaching, and that you want every coach to feel, is when you look in your players' eyes and they believe in themselves, they believe in each other, and they're ready to just go after it. And there's not one person or one moment this game that I can think of where there was doubt or anything like of that nature. And I think that's what I was focused on and that's why I'm proud of how they performed and carried themselves throughout the game because they were all in it and they did a great job and they executed the game plan. And sometimes things just don't go your way. But I would say also just being proud of these guys, the way they led this team through the season and then also the senior class. I'm proud of my staff. You guys know how phenomenal my staff is, whether that's the coaching staff or all of our managers, the support staff, our medical team. You know, I have all of the support, and that makes a difference. So just making sure everybody else was also proud of the last however many hours and this whole season.
Last one.
Coach, you talk a lot about the seniors, and rightfully so, but you've got a lot of young players that come back after something like that. Can you just sort of speak to that, her sister, and that dynamic?
Yeah. I think there's not many programs who have a freshman in goal in overtime in the semifinals and a freshman up front as part of the 7 you're picking to put out there. I think that speaks to the two of them and also just the freshman class and the underclassmen in general who are so dedicated. They're bought in for the right reasons. They've had these guys to learn from, this season. And I remember me being a freshman and having stars and just good people and good leaders to learn from that young. And they're now carrying lessons that these guys left with them and the upperclassmen left with them throughout their entire time here at Carolina. But it also speaks to just their fearlessness, their relentlessness, their growth through the season. And yeah, I mean, we knew we had the vets and the experience, but we also knew we had a lot of question marks and a lot of new faces on the team. And I think every single person who came back from last year and who we added to this roster had an incredible role in this season, no matter what age or year they were. So it gives us a lot of confidence and comfort, and again, just overall pride for the succession and how these guys lead each other.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.